Well, we are going to go ahead and get started. This is Tuesday evening, and this is when we do our fantastic Show Me the Money call, where we hopefully change someone's life with the information that we have and our personal journeys and those of other we're hearing about around the world, actually. And we want you to be a part of that dynamic as well. It's a historical movement. And hey, we're moving. We're excited to be here. And I'm going to get out of the way and I'm going to introduce someone who is absolutely fantastic. He's a businessman. He's been around in the industry for many, many years, building organizations, thousands strong. And when I say he's a dynamic leader, he's a fantastic leader, that is an understatement. So I'm just going to go ahead and get out of the way and turn you guys over into his very capable hands. Mr. T, you're out there.
Hey, Nikisha, can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I'm excited that you're on.
Thank you so much, Nikisha. Appreciate that warm introduction. And folks on the East Coast or Northeast, I want to tell you that it's 77 here in Denver, as well as Cali and Texas. So hopefully you guys warm up. I tell you, folks, I was a little out of breath there, Keisha, getting on the call because I just got a call from another gentleman. I have been talking to him about the business. And let me just tell you, folks, you got to share these sprays because you never know who knows who, okay? And this gentleman, and this is 2014, 2015, this gentleman in the last 10 months was able to put over 7,500 people into Herbalife, okay? Wow. And so, folks, if you could put that many people into Herbalife, oh, my God, are you something? So he just called me. He said, Mr. T, this was like less than 15 minutes ago. Okay. He said, I'm trying these products. I'm letting other people try it. He said, I'm out, and I got more people that want to try the product. I got to order my Diamond Pack ASAP. So he just called, and just excited to be bringing him on board. Folks, don't give up on these big-time leaders, big-time networkers, friends and family. Just stay close and keep spraying them up because you never know. You never know. Folks, we have an exciting opportunity here. Want to welcome all of you to the Show Me the Money call. We have some serious excitement going on from coast to coast right now in this company. We're going to be celebrating our 1-year official birthday with 10 in March in Vegas, and you definitely want to start making plans to be there. Team Effort International, the 12-year-old company, debt-free, never missed a check, created over close to 20 millionaires, almost 500,000 distributors in over 75 countries. Bottom line, folks, I can give you a bunch more statistics. Just know you're dealing with a solid entity with some great owners in Mel and Amy Gill. And what we have done here is we decided to launch our new division, TEN, with our 5 amazing sprays that Nikisha is going to break down for you here in a minute. But we decided to launch that division in February, or Mel and Amy, decided to launch that division in February of last year. And folks, the testimonies, we have $1 million plus testimonies. That's all I can say. You're going to hear one of them tonight. But what I want to do is flip the mic right back to California to you, Miss Nikisha. You've been doing a fantastic job holding the team together, keeping everybody coordinated on the same page. I want you to come back to the line and break down these amazing 5 sprays for everyone on the line.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that gracious introduction for me, Mr. T. I have to tell you that you are so right when you say that you never know who knows who, and with that lead in, we are all on this call for a reason. We are in the right place. We're exactly where we're supposed to be right now because this is a paradigm shift, and we're going to shift with it, and I'm going to tell you it's going to benefit everybody. That's why we have to share this information. What we're talking about are 5 amazing, truly amazing products. And products that's such an overused word. There's so much more than products. These are a life change. We're talking about intraoral sprays, and our wonderful ownership team have the vision to bring them to us. And that humbles me just on a daily basis. Mr. Mel and his wonderful, lovely wife, Amy Gill. I mean, it's just fantastic what they were able to do by the grace of God. We have 5 amazing intraoral sprays. You simply spray this nutrition into your cheek, and your cheek acts like a sponge, and it just sucks it right into your glands, and it goes right into your blood within 5 minutes or less. You have the nutrition that your body needs and needs to have to function on a daily basis. Millions of Americans and billions around the globe cannot swallow pills. And I don't know a soul on this planet who actually likes to swallow pills. With intraoral sprays, here's the magic. You get 98 to 100% absorption of the finest, the best ingredients on the planet in these products. And if you have vision like we do here on the line, you'll know that it's totally possible that we, regular people, have this in our hands. So with that introduction, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Our first spray is D-Power. It's an absolutely amazing product. It has vitamin D3, known as the sunshine vitamin. And this vitamin is actually a pro-hormone, but it's responsible for more than just bone health. It's responsible for a whole lot of functionality on a basic level and on a complicated level. But what we're talking about here is simple biology to produce these massive, massive results. And that's the marker of these products, is that they're results getting products. We cannot give you information that you can deem as diagnosis, prevention, cure, treatment of any disease or illness. That's not what we're here to do. But what we do have in our hands, and something that we're running with, is testimonials from regular people from around the globe who have experience with these products, myself included. I wouldn't tell you anything that I didn't know personally, that these products do exactly what they say they do. It's absolutely phenomenal. So that D-Power is just one amazing product. And I challenge everybody to look up vitamin D deficiency, and you'll be astounded at what you come across. It's just absolutely amazing what we have in our hands. The next spray is our Bee Boost spray, and it's flying off of the shelves. It's rare to actually see it. It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Bee Boost? I have a customer actually now who needs Bee Boost, so I have to find one. It contains vitamin B3, B6, and B12. All in one spray, and it's phenomenal. We have the finest quality ingredients. I tell you, you can't walk into a pharmacy and find the same quality B12 that we have in our spray, and you get a natural, sustained boost that carries you through your day. You're getting ingredients that were placed here on this earth for us to use for the functioning of our bodies, not something man-made in a lab. That's our Bee Boost spray, and it does a whole lot more. It's responsible for major organ health, those B vitamins. So this needs to be in your system. We're talking about daily preventative nutrition. Our next spray, speaking of which, Mr. T, you said you never know who knows who. I was at a friend's house last night, and I just started to share the spray with her, the Slim by 10. That's our next spray. And I started naming the ingredients, and these are natural ingredients. This is our weight loss supplement. Garcinia cambogia, Camellia fimbriata, African mango, green tea extract, green coffee extract. And I looked up at her, and she had this look on her face like, no, you didn't. And I was looking like, what in the world is going on? Why does she have that look on her face? And I go, what's wrong? She goes, I know what that stuff is. I watched Dr. She said, you mean to tell me you have that in one spray? And I go, yeah, we have it in one spray. She said, I want that spray, and I want that Bee Boost too. So I have to find 2 sprays for her. Those 2 sprays I have the most trouble keeping in stock. But it's just absolutely amazing. And what she told me was that actually I was sharing it with her sister, and she took the products from her sister and started using it herself. And this was months ago. So I guess when I came around with the information, she was ready for it. She already had the vision. She knew that she needed this nutrition in her system, and she was ready to go. So our next spray, Super 10, is absolutely phenomenal. It is packed with superfoods and other nutrients. It's just amazing. We can't say that it treats, it cures, it prevents, but let me tell you something. I've seen swelling dissipate with this spray. I tried it on myself and other people, and I've heard the testimonials about it. And let me tell you, our bodies go through a daily barrage of toxins, just a daily assault by toxins on the cells. And this spray gets rid of those toxins. It's just absolutely mind-blowing what the spray does. You can use it topically and you can use it intraorally. And we found out that by accident. Our next spray is our cell energy, and that cell energy is hands down. It rewrites the game for everyone. It is an immune system in a bottle. I was diagnosed with a blood disorder, and I can tell you that those illnesses that I suffered from as a result of that, I don't suffer from anymore. And when I did back in August, it was not as intense as it was in prior years. This spray is absolutely phenomenal, and it's because it contains the number one and the number two most powerful antioxidants in the body. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So when you burn off when you burn off the ingredients in the spray, you have to put them back in you. But if you don't know what they are, you cannot put them back in you. What we're talking about is glutathione and alpha-lipoic acid and resveratrol, natural caffeine. There are no other products on the market that contain glutathione. And I'm so glad Nikisha mentioned it last week. We are the first company to ever be able to get glutathione in a spray product. So that's, when I said historical, that I meant historical. This is a historical company, and this is a paradigm shift. These products are amazing. Cell energy to protect the cells, to power up those cells. And you know what? We need to be on all the products. You need to protect yourself daily. We're talking about daily preventative nutrition, 98 to 100% absorption. Hands down, it trumps any other method, pills, injection, liquids, you name it, no comparison. Get on these sprays, share. I could go on and on, Mr. T. I'm going to kick it right back to you.
Hey, Nikisha, you are so right. Man, everything, folks, I hope you took some good notes because you just shared a ton of very, very good information. Great job, as always, Nikisha. And, you couldn't say that enough. Share, folks. That's what this is all about. So what I want to do right now is go actually to the East Coast, and we have one of our friends on the line. That's none other than Miss Nikisha Clinton from New York, New York. I hope you're doing well. Obviously, things are okay to some extent. We have you on the line, but why don't you come to the line? Feel free to give us an update on how things are up there right now in New York and how the business is going for you. Can you hear me, Nikisha?
Hi, Nikisha. Can you hear me?
No, Nikisha.
Takisha.
Yeah.
Well, we're a little cold up here, but we're doing fine. I'm glad to be on the call today and hope everybody is well. I want to give an update. Some of you have heard me talk about my daughter who was hospitalized back in the end of March, somewhere between March and April, with severe chest pains. It turned out that she had a massive amount of fluid around her heart. And it had been going on since a year ago in September, and no one gave her a diagnosis because she didn't look sick. They didn't give her an EKG, and on and on and on. Well, while in the hospital, they did every test on her that you can imagine, thinking she had lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, everything. And she had none of it. Well, while she was in the hospital, a friend of mine from Georgia, Ray, he sent me a vitamin D spray. And when no one was looking, I would spray her while she was in the hospital. I had told her to have her vitamin D levels checked prior to my giving her the spray while I was waiting for it to get to New York. And she did. And I think if I remember correctly, it was like 17. And so I started spraying her, and 2 days later, she left the hospital. But they did another echocardiogram on her, and all of the fluid was gone. When she left the hospital, she was still very weak. She was still having chest pains. Maybe a week or two later, I put her on all of the sprays. She could barely walk up and down her steps. After she'd been on the sprays for about 2 weeks, you couldn't keep up with her. She was walking all over the place. I would call her worried and tell her don't go too far away from home, to make sure that she would be able to get back, and, on and on and on. And she hadn't been able to travel, and that's what she does. She's a performer, so she travels all over the world. She hadn't been able to travel since she started experiencing the chest pains, which was, like I said, a year ago in September. At this point, she's been to the Caribbean islands. She's been to South Africa. She's been all over the United States, and she's doing fine. I have to add another testimony to that because I have 4 children, and my youngest daughter had a large fibroid, and they can't find it now. And she's been on the spray since I bought it.
And now you said now, Nikisha, was that fibroids? Is what?
Yes, it was a large one.
Wow.
And they can't find it.
Wow.
It is gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really excited. When I first heard about the sprays, I heard about it from Dr. Vincent. He put me on the call with Pastor Denise. And I was a little depressed at that time because a friend of mine had just passed, and I felt like, I couldn't help her. And I prayed and asked God to send me whatever it is I need, or teach me, show me whatever I need to know so that I can help somebody on some level. I have a lot of healing modalities under my belt, so I know a lot of energy work and different things to do, healing, colonics, and all of that stuff. But when I found this was like the missing piece to the puzzle, because everybody that has used it, that I've told about it, is pleased with it. My blood pressure is manageable, which I have been suffering with it for about 10 years. I don't have to take the water pills anymore. My son had the flu, which only lasted him 24 hours after we had run out of sprays. And as soon as he got the sprays, within 24 hours, it was gone. So it's just, I can't say enough about it.
Wow.
I can't say enough about it.
Wow, Nikisha. Boy, I tell you, every time you come on here, you have something new. You have an update, another family member.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. Thank you so much, Nikisha. Keep up the great work out there in New York. I know we got some plans for New York here in the next 30 to 60 days, so I'll be visiting with you probably over the weekend on some updates around that. Yep.
Okay,
keep up the great work. Yep. Keep up the great work, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Folks, I tell you, another amazing testimony. How many people do we know have heard of with fibroids? Family members, friends. We have a spray for that, What I want to do right now is sort of transition and talk a little bit about the money, because this is the Show Me the Money call, and I won't go over all of the different ways to get paid here with 10. I'm just going to highlight a few ways. And what I like to start out with is the retail portion of our compensation plan. And, just like the gentleman I was speaking with earlier, like, Mr. T, I got to get going. This thing is taking off, and I'm barely trying. And he already can see, even though he's already making a substantial amount of money with another company, he sees the potential here with the retail portion here of our compensation plan. And just so you all know, we have people who are earning, a few hundred to 1,000 in their first week with this business just by retailing and sharing these sprays. with friends, families, contacts, online, through social media, you name it. You can get these sprays as low as $15 shipped to you with the Diamond Pack Auto Ship. And then we have people retailing the sprays from $30 all the way up to $50 for our Cell Energy. And you couldn't say that any better. Keisha, boy, I got a Keisha, and the Keisha, boy, I'm a Keisha out. I'm trying not to get them all mixed up, but Keisha, you broke down how the Cell Energy is a true game changer, folks, and the reason why that spray sometimes retails higher than the other ones is because of the ingredients, the glutathione and the resveratrol. Those are very expensive ingredients, but people making a ton of money, needless to say, with the retail portion of the comp plan. And then we have fast start bonuses from $25 to $50 for everyone that comes in at a Diamond Pack. We have team builder bonuses, $25 once you sponsor one person on your left and one on your right. You qualify for a $25 coded bonus down to the next team builder. We have executive leadership bonuses, weekly team commissions, folks. Once your team begins to duplicate and people are joining the business and the family, for every 4 and 2 combination, 4 people on your left leg, 2 people on your right leg, whether it's left, right, flip-flop, for every 4 and 2 combination down to infinity, not to the 5th level, not to the 7th level, not to the 10th level, down to infinity. That's $150, folks. And you can earn up to $5,000 per day with that bonus and up to $35,000 per week. And then we have a monthly residuals, folks, and that's from people purchasing these products on a monthly basis, and you can earn up to $150,000 per month with our residual portion of our compensation plan. And then we have the easiest qualifying car bonus in the country. All you need is 75 people on your team, and all you need to do is sponsor at least 2 people. Now, if you're a leader, you're going to sponsor more than 2 people, but I just like to share that for argument's sake. So you're bringing 1 person on your left and 1 on your right. That's the number 1 goal in this business, and we want you to do that as quickly as possible. You do that, and you accumulate 25 people on one leg and 75 on the other leg. Now, they all have to be on the Diamond Pack Auto Ship. If that's the case, folks, you qualify for a $600 car payment for a BMW, a Mercedes, or Tesla of your choice. You double that, then it's $1,200, and we have people doing that all day long. So, folks, when you join this business, just know you can flat out get paid, and you can have a car paid by 10 to you. So what I want to do right now, we've covered the products, we've covered the comp plan, you heard an amazing testimony. I want to take it over or take it down to H-Town, Houston, Texas, to our friends and family, the Razzle Dazzle Brazzles. They've been in this industry for a while, built huge organizations, 10, 15,000. They've lived the dream, and they've joined 10, and I'll tell you, within the first, couple of hours, they were already team builders, and it hasn't slowed down since. Want to take it down to Houston, Dr. Razzle Dazzle Brazzle, are you with us, sir?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right. Thank you. I tell you, the more and more of these testimonies I hear, it's just like unbelievable. And I know this is real because I'm getting it every day from people that I've known, well, I know, that are using these sprays personally, and it's just blowing my mind. But, you know, I don't have to tell you about really the timing of this products or these products that we have with the sprays versus the peels. We already see what it's doing in the industry as far as the testimonies. I've never experienced them. We've been in this industry for quite some time, over 25 years, me and my wife. We've tried many, many products because of her illness, fibromyalgia. We've never experienced anything that has helped her like it has helped her, number one. Number two, the convenience, that's what we saw. Not only the convenience with the sprays versus the peels and shakes and lotions and all of the different types of products that they have available out there, but we looked at the compensation plan. You know, like Mr. T said, we built organizations with thousands of people in the financial services industry. But we looked at this industry and we saw that this is the industry to be in. Because I'm just telling you, Paul Zane Pilsner, this is a world-known economist. He talked about what's going to be the next $1 trillion industry, which is here already. That's what he's already indicated in his book called The Wellness Revolution. If you don't know about that book, Google it. But let's go back to the timing again and how important it is for the people that are on this call. Let's go back to 1908 when Henry Ford Model T launched a $1 trillion automobile industry. Fast forward about a little over 70 years ahead. 1981, IBM's PC launched a $1 trillion personal computer industry, which grew so fast that PC sales surpassed U.S. auto sales in only 10 years. Now, what do you think the $1 trillion industry of the 21st century is? You guessed it if you said the healthcare industry. It is. Well, we'll tell you, Paul Zane Pilgrim called it the sickness industry. Just kind of talk about that a little bit more, the sickness industry. We know that our healthcare system is broke. Let's kind of mention just briefly about obesity in America. Nearly 70% of American adults are either overweight or obese. Now, that amounts to 13 million or 16.9% of the U.S. children ages 2 to 19. Nearly 1 in 3 or 31.8% U.S. children and 23.9 million ages 2 to 19 are overweight or obese. Now, more than 1/3 or 35% of the U.S. adults are obese. That's more than 78 million. You heard about our product called Slim, and you see the testimonies and hear about the testimonies and the ingredients that we have in that spray. Now, let's move to another statistic real quick. American heart disease burden. About 600,000 people die of heart disease in the United States every year. That's 1 in every 4 deaths. Heart disease is a leading cause of death for both men and women. More than half of the deaths due to heart disease in 2009 were in men. Now, let's look at this and kind of think about this. Diabetes, the statistics about diabetes. And you hear about our sprays that we have the vitamin D and the B that's helping people with diabetes. Some, and we don't make any medical claims, but we've had some people that were able to get off of their diabetic medications as a result of these sprays. But these are the statistics. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is sometimes you have to hear this to really think about what we have. The overall numbers of diabetes and prediabetes is prevalent in 2012 as 29.1 million Americans, or 9.3% of the population, had diabetes. In 2010, the figures were 25.8 million and 8.3%. Now, the undiagnosed is 29 of the 29.1 million, 21 million were diagnosed and 8.1 million were undiagnosed. Now, seniors, the percentage of Americans 65 and older remains high at 25.9%, or 11.9 million seniors. And we won't even talk about some of the issues that people are facing with diabetes. I mean, it's alarming. I dread when I get the call when someone calls me and tell me about, someone getting their toe cut off or their ankle, and then they move up to the hip, and the next thing you know, I get that last call, and we're going to someone's funeral. We have the products that can help these people. Now, let's get back to the timing again. We've already talked about our sprays. That's a paradigm shift from the pills and the lotions and potions and things that are out there. Now, think about that now. That's very important. The baby boomers and everyone else is looking for things that work, things that are convenient, things that work fast. Look at computers today. You probably remember back then we had the floppy disk computers and very slow. We had dial-up internet, which was very slow. Now we got gigas and biggers and all these kind of numbers. So look at this. Look at what's happening. Everything is getting faster. Everything is getting more convenient. Look at the laptops. Look how the phones are, mini computers now. Think about that. Keep that in mind. Now, let's talk about why. Let's talk about why you're on this call. Because many of you that are on this call, you may just want to make a little extra money, extra $500 a month to keep somebody out of bankruptcy. Maybe some people on this phone really want to live the American dream. They haven't given up. You know, they want to drive that nice car. They want to live in that house on the lake. They want to be able to travel around the world and maybe take the family. Maybe donate money to charity or your church or help your mom, your friends, or whoever. Maybe you just want to do that. Or maybe you're just on this call and just want to get healthy. Whatever you choose to do, you can do it with these products in this company. But I'll leave you with this. You know, we were all placed here for a reason. We all, at one time or the other, had a dream. We all believed in ourselves at one time, or at least someone else that believed in us. What we're saying to you on this evening is you can join 10 and win. You can get rid of that financial cancer that you've been dealing with. You got somebody on this call, you know somebody that's contemplating probably suicide. I see it all the time on the news. You know, we read it in the papers and see it on TV where someone takes out their whole family because they've had money problems, or somebody, you know, takes their own life because they got that health report about cancer. We're saying we want to sign you up in the NBA, and that stands for Never Broke Again, not the National Basketball Association. And then finally, you can retire in the NFL, no financial limits. How do you think that feels? Just think about that. No financial limits. You don't have to worry about what you spend on anything. And keep in mind, you were designed for success. I don't care what nobody tells you. You were designed for success by your creator, but unfortunately, some of us were programmed for failure. And that's what's been keeping us behind. That's what's been keeping us from being able to live our dreams and do the things that we've always wanted to do. It's time. It's time to build your dreams. Stop building someone else's. Stop trading your time for money. You can never get ahead with trading your time for money. It's all about multiplying. Thank you, Mr. T.
Oh, Doc, thank you very much, sir. Good as always. Good words of wisdom as always. And again, folks, I hope you took some notes. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. Folks, again, just to sum this call up. You heard the solid company, 12 years old, debt-free, never missed a check, which stood the test of time. And folks, I've known Mel and Amy for about 10 years. I know a lot. I know a lot more than the average person in 10. I can tell you, they have been hit, and some people have tried to sabotage and this and that, but they have withstood the test of time, and that's the one thing you can feel secure about joining an opportunity. We got opportunities closing their doors left and right. We had a dinosaur, a giant of a company, just a week and a half ago. All of a sudden they closed their network marketing division. Here with 10, we have our compensation plan. Yes, it's 10 years old, but it's proven, it's tested, and it's produced over 20 millionaires in over 70 countries, and we haven't missed a beat. I'll take my chances there. And we have some amazing products. You heard of the sprays. And, I was on the phone a little earlier with Dr. Dale Wafer, and he was sharing with me another testimony, just mind-blowing. And, we have these testimonies left and right all day long. Last week, we had a testimony where the spray test, the young lady stopped from smoking. Never heard that. And then we talked about the compensation plan. Just know, folks, when it comes to compensation plans, that's sort of my specialty. And we have an amazing compensation plan here with 10. We have the leadership. You can have a company, you can have the products, but if you don't have the right leaders in place, you're not going nowhere. And we have some awesome leaders here on the team or part of the family. And all it takes is $3.99 one time, and you can join your journey to the NBA Never Broke Again League. I always love it when you share that with the doc. You can join that league, folks. And I just want to encourage all of you, if you're brand new, if you're listening to this call, please get back with the person that invited you to this call and join the family. We're also going to have another blowout call on Thursdays. It seems like our Thursday calls, we just take it over the top. But this Thursday, we have an amazing call lining up, and you want to get as many people on our Thursday call. If you're not at a TTP, and we encourage you to go to a TTP, but if you're not, let this call on Thursday be your TTP. That's all I can say. Again, folks, thank you. If you're on the East Coast, stay warm. The rest of the country, let's take it up a couple of notches, and we'll see you all at the top. This call is officially over. Be blessed.